Hey everyone, it's Joy Baldwin here from the Creator Collective, and I am super excited that I get to be designing for 12 by 12 Cardstock Shop. I'm going to share these beautiful papers that I'm going to be using on my two projects for you today. These are 12 by 12 sheets. I cut them in half for my die cutting purposes. This is the gold matte foil cardstock. And isn't that just absolutely beautiful? Then I have the California gold mirror. And this next one is so beautiful. This is the Gold Treasure Sequin Glitter Cardstock, and it is beautiful. Then I have the Encore Capri Cove, and this is textured cardstock. Then I have the Turquoise Necklace, Sea Glass, and then Fountain. And I'm also going to be using Sea Glass Blue Vellum. Now I am using a present die that has all of this fringe on it, and for each layer I'm going to do two colors. I have my colored cardstock, and then I'm going to be using the gold matte foil and the California gold mirror, and I'm going to alternate those. I thought this would be a great way to really show how beautiful these cardstocks are. Now, like I mentioned, this is from the Encore brand on the 12 by 12 Cardstock Shop. And hey, if you guys like what you're seeing, definitely like, thumbs up, and subscribe. So I'm going to layer with the gold underneath, and I'm going to alternate between the California gold mirror and the gold matte foil. And again, the gold ones are going to be behind the beautiful colored cardstocks, and they're going to layer like this. Really super easy, but what a great way to show how beautiful the gold cardstocks are and these colored cardstocks. So I want the gold to peek out of the bottom, so that's how I'm going to adhere those together. Then I have a piece of that Sea Glass Blue Vellum, and I adhered that to just some white cardstock. That's the card base. It's an A2 sized, and that's going to be our background. And that vellum is absolutely stunning. Now let's adhere our layers together. I'm just going to use some tape runner, and again, I'm going to shift this Capri Cove color up just a little bit above the California gold mirror cardstock, and I'm going to do that on the next layer. This is the Turquoise Necklace, and then that is on top of the gold matte foil cardstock, and again just peeking out of the bottom. Then we have the Sea Glass cardstock, and you guys could probably tell, like, these are my favorite colors, and I love gold everything, so this is like the perfect color combination for me. And then I'm using the Fountain on top of the gold matte, and look at how pretty that is. I'm going to layer these one more time because this is going to give us our fringe present here. And then we also have this ombre look, and I just think it's so pretty. Let's tape that in place and get our final one. And then I used the Gold Treasure Sequin Glitter Cardstock for the ribbon for this present. And I just think that stands out so beautifully. The texture on this, the camera cannot even do it justice, you guys. It is absolutely stunning. I think this is my new favorite gold glitter cardstock, and I am just gonna have to get a ton more for my stash because it is absolutely stunning. So I'm going to adhere my bow on with a little bit of foam adhesive and a little bit of liquid glue. And I like to use both when I'm adhering something to something that's glittery or that has texture. And then I'm just going to lift up these little fringe areas and tuck in my sentiment. And then I can adhere this to that A2 sized background that we added the Sea Glass Blue Vellum on, and all of these colors to me are just so calming and so beautiful. So I'm just going to lift those up because I definitely want to be able to peek under and see all of that beautiful gold cardstock, the mirror one and the matte one. So I want to make sure I'm lifting up those top pieces so we can see all of that underneath. And I love that they're just kind of peekabooed at the bottom of each one of those layers. So I'm going to adhere this down with a little bit of tape runner and a little bit of liquid glue because vellum is, you know, kind of slick, and I really want to make sure that everything is going to hold together. So let me just add a little bit of that, and I can adhere that down. And we can take a look at this, and then we'll go on to our next card, and I'm using all the same colors, but I'm going to show you how to do it a different way. Look at how beautiful that is. I love these colors, how you can ombre them. All of the gold, just the different types of gold is just absolutely stunning. I think this card is so beautiful. Okay, I'm going to make a shaker card, and usually when you make a shaker card, you are going to add some foam adhesive to pop it up from the back to the front. That way you can add your little shaker bits. But I decided that I'm going to take all of those same colors and die cut out a bunch of these squares for the shaker and not add foam adhesive. All of these squares are going to give us the dimension. I am going to do the ombre, dark at the bottom to the lightest at the top. So I have the background piece, which is the Capri Cove, and I die cut 3 of those squares, and then the next colors, turquoise necklace, I die cut 4, same with sea glass and fountain. This is going to give us lots of dimension, and then when you look at this from the side, it's going to be that ombre effect. Dark at the bottom again and light at top. It's such a fun effect. You can do this with all kinds of dies. One of the other ways that I really love to do this with is with a sentiment die. And you can even stamp on some of the layers. If you have a shadow layer behind the sentiment, you could stamp on that, and then the sentiment itself, just layer it with multicolors. And it doesn't always have to be ombre. You could do a rainbow. You could do kind of any color combinations that you wanted, but you want multiples of each color so that way it really shows off the color. You don't want to do just one single layer because you're really not going to notice it. So doing a shaker card is perfect, or making a really thick sentiment is fantastic on top of a card. So now I'm on to the fountain, and I'm going to glue down my 3 layers. And then on the 4th layer, I'm just going to add my piece of acetate behind that and glue that down. And then I'm also going to be using the gold matte foil cardstock and the gold treasure sequence glitter cardstock. I did not use the California gold, but look at that ombre. Look at how beautiful that is. I just think it is so much fun. Let's glue the acetate on. I'm just going to fill it with some gold shaker bits, keeping in that kind of gold theme. So I'm just using some liquid glue to adhere down my piece of acetate, and we don't need foam adhesive because we have all of that dimension with that cardstock. I'm going to dump those in and then adhere my acetate piece on top with my final square of the fountain cardstock. And then I want to add the rest of the decorations for the present. So you have the ribbon and the bow. The ribbon is going to be the gold matte foil cardstock, and then the bow is that gold treasure sequence glitter cardstock, my favorite. So I'm going to adhere that down, and then I can just tuck in a couple of my sentiments, and we have 2 fantastic cards that really show off this beautiful colored cardstock. Again, this is the Encore brand. You guys, it is absolutely stunning. I just can't get over these 2 cards. I don't even think I want to give them away because I think I want to keep them. They're so pretty. And all of the gold metallics and glitters, I just think are absolutely stunning. And then let's take a look at this one up close. I'm going to adhere that to the sea glass blue vellum. I adhered that just to some white cardstock. I'm just going to put this down on an angle, and now we can take a look at this up close. Look at that ombre effect with all of that beautiful cardstock. I just think it's an extra added detail to something that you're not going to notice from the front, but you can definitely notice from the side, and it's so pretty. And then all of that gold glitter. I just absolutely love this card. It is so, so beautiful. Thank you guys so very much for stopping by and watching. I hope that you enjoyed this project. I hope you guys feel inspired, and I hope you have a wonderful day.